Well, I'm slightly biased as the reserve best in show is a Petit Basset, and that's the breed I have, so I was obviously rooting for Gilly, the Petit Basset. But again, Jet, who's the flat-coated retriever, we believe he's the oldest best in show winner to top the Crufts show. Again, another lovely dog, he's done really well. Always shows his heart out.
How could you not love Jet? He has such a wonderful smile on his face, his tail's always wagging, he moves around like a dream, he's got a great rapport with his handler. It was sort of an ideal dog to end up with as best in show at Crufts, surely.
There's been a lot of talk about this lineup being the best for many years. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think 2 years ago there was a very spectacular international lineup, which I think many people thought was one of the best, and this year's probably was comparable for that. All British dogs living in Britain. I think certainly this one and 2 years ago were two of the most memorable ones from my angle.
It was nice to see all British dogs in the lineup, all British based dogs for once, because we've had quite a few overseas competitors for the last few years, so obviously the British can hold their own.
How do you feel Crufts 2011 went?
I think it went extremely well, but there weren't any significant problems at all, and it all seemed to run extremely smoothly, which I think from everybody's perspective was a very good thing.
Thought it was really good. I was actually only there for a day, which was a bit of a shame. But first impressions were it was busy, even though it was the first day. But being sort of nearly 8 months pregnant, it really wasn't probably wise to go for the full 4 days. So I think one day was probably all that I could manage. It was much bigger than I thought. Really interesting to see all the different breeds.
Crufts was very successful this year on a number of levels. From Dog World's point of view, we had a new stand, we had a new product to promote, and the people coming to the stand all seemed to really love what we were doing. The crowds were there, the atmosphere was there. It was a fantastic 4 days.
Well, we had a very successful Crufts this year. We had a new stand, which I was very pleased with. Took a bit of organisation. We had 3 new product launches in the last year, which meant that we had to have new branding on the stand for Dog World TV, Pro Groomer and Companion, and all that came together pretty well. We also had an excellent subscription offer with Dixon's Just Delicious dog food. For any subscriber who came to the stand and subscribed by direct debit, they got a free 12 kilo bag of Dixon's Just Delicious.
Oh, and I probably should mention that the subscription offer with Dixon has been extended for another couple of weeks through until the end of March. So if you want to take advantage of that, then phone 01795 592 854 and you can still get your free bag of dog food.
We had an excellent giveaway on the Sunday where we ended up with queues actually forming around the stand for people to queue up and get goodie bags from us, so we were quite pleased with that.
Crufts is obviously a very big event this time of year. How big is the team that you have to take to cover it? Huge.
In total, if we look at writers, photographers, the people who man the stand, the people who are out and about, we've probably got about 30 people in total. And one of the new things we did this year, which we were really pleased about, we had teams from the Young Kennel Club coming to help us. So they were using their cameras, they were going around the show getting photographs for us, they were helping report, they were doing really anything that we needed to have done on the stand and around the show. So that was really exciting, and lots of really good talent out there for the future, hopefully.
Obviously the Crufts edition of the newspaper is one of the biggest of the year. How did that go?
It all seemed to go really, really well. We've got a very experienced team here, and with their support and everyone knew what they were doing.
Dog World's post-cross issue went to press at 10 o'clock on the Tuesday following the show. We got news from all the events, all the judges' critiques, photos galore from all the breed winners in all 7 groups, plenty of news and views. And we've also got our digital edition online that people can buy for only £1. That's the Crufts News Special on our website, dogworld.co.uk.
We've got a bumper issue this week, as well as a normal paper. Obviously, we've got all the normal contributors and all the things you expect to find in Dog World. But we also have a 24-page pull-out Crufts news special, which features all the results, obviously, reports from all the different groups written by our established and well-known contributors, and also obviously we have reports from other dog disciplines, agility, heel work to music, obedience. So really quite a jam-packed, bumper and exciting issue.
What are people coming to the stand in particular for?
People were coming to the stand for lots of reasons, but one of the main ones was that we had a really good subscription offer this year. So if you took out your direct debit subscription to Dog World, you got a free 12-kilogram bag of Dixon's pet food. So that had people queuing at the stand most mornings. People were also there to pick up copies of Companion Dog World. It was really quite satisfying to speak to people about Companion, despite the fact that was only the third edition that we launched at Crufts. People were really aware of it. People know what we're trying to achieve by doing it. So that was really, really good. Also, Dog World TV, the medium we're using at the moment, that attracted a lot of very positive comment and a lot of people coming to find out more about it, to find out where they can access it, where they can watch the videos. So that was all good.
And your personal highlight from Crufts 2011?
As ever, I mean, I loved watching the Best in Show lineup with Paolo Dondina doing a very theatrical but at the same time very competent job, which I think everybody enjoyed watching. Some lovely dogs in there. As always, from my perspective, I think one of the great things about Crufts is to see the dogs from overseas that perhaps you haven't seen before or only at previous Crufts, and there were many of those which I thoroughly enjoyed watching. So I think those were my own highlights, certainly.
A couple of personal highlights in 2011. The first was just the amazing effort that all of the Dog World team put in, both before the event, getting the organisation right. During the 4 days, we were working sort of 12, 13-hour days on our feet all day, and nobody complained. And then afterwards, back at the office, Monday and Tuesday, we worked flat out to get the paper out at its usual time. Accurate results, fantastic effort, wonderful photographs, so big thanks to the Dog World team. And the other one is just the response we get from the readers and from the advertisers, who really appreciate what we do, the efforts we put in to make sure that the paper's right, the information we provide is right. So, for me, as managing director of the company, it's just wonderful to get that really positive feedback and to lead a team who, show the total dedication and commitment before, during and after the biggest weekend in the dog calendar.